whoop. What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Isaiah coming to you again from BucosLocker. Subscribe, like, comment, share on all the new videos. And don't forget to hit the notification bell icon to notify all new videos that's posted on this channel. Ooh, tired. Anyway, and if you want to donate, please feel free to donate. All donations are welcome, big or small. Keep supporting the channel. Shouts out to all the Powers and Sea Bandits. Keep doing your thing out there. We pushing away along through the season. Week number 4. And it is the New England Patriots. Or New England Patriots. New England Patriots. The return of terrific Tom Brady to Foxborough, Massachusetts, where he played at for 20 years, basically. His whole career was built in New England. Multiple championships. Brady leaves to go to the Tampa Bay Bucs a couple years ago. And the rest is history. Well, I won't say a couple years ago, but it's say about 2020. And the rest is history. So now, fast forward to 2021, the Bucs coming off a Super Bowl win, and the Patriots coming off the worst season they had in a long time. And as you know, most of the talk this week has been centered around Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, which obviously we understand that, right? Because of the history between the two, the history with Tom Brady and the New England fan base. Whenever Brady decides to hang it up, he will go down as a New England Patriot. I know Bucs fans, I know it kind of sound kind of like sour a little bit, but his legacy was built in New England. He will be remembered as a New England Patriot. And that's unfortunate. I mean, I wish we would have had a quarterback like that stayed with the franchise for that many years, which would have been great for the Bucs. But we all know that the Bucs organization is not a good organization when it comes to getting quarterbacks to stay for a long time. So when you talk to people as years pass along, people will remember Tom Brady coming to the Bucs, of course. They will definitely remember Tom Brady coming to the Bucs, but his legacy will always be attached to New England. No matter how much we try to take over, Brady's legacy, but 6 chips in New England. I mean, you that's a lot of championships for one organization, and to completely forget about that, it's kind of like disrespectful to the franchise in New England to try to take over Brady's legacy with a couple years with the Bucs. You get what I'm saying? This is not no hate or none. Just keeping it real. I always told fans this though. We got Brady for a short period of time, which is cool. Unless Brady stay here for 10 years, yeah, but 2-3 years versus 19, the legacy, it's like Emmitt Smith, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice. Their legacies will always be tied with one franchise. And they play for other franchises, which is good. And they had success. Some of them had success. But when you look at a player, come on. This franchise tied in with New England. And we just kind of like, we're the caboose. We're the caboose. Like, yeah, Warren Sapp is another one. Warren Sapp was with the Bucs. He played for the Raiders. But guess what he tied into? Tampa Bay. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. John Lynch tied in with Tampa Bay. Like, you guys got to understand, it's cool to have Brady here, but we know this is temporary. This is not long term. We know that. So I just want to make sure people understand this whole week has been about Belichick and Brady. And hasn't been too much about the Bucs. I always told people this. It's Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Bucs. There's 2 different entities. right? You have two different two different organizations, two different entities. Tom Brady is its own brand, and then you got Tampa Bay Bucks. So this has been about oh, this has been about Belichick Brady all week long. If you go look at the news, if you go look at NFL Network, CBS, blah blah blah. It's already been talking about this whole week, and it's kind of annoying because I'm a big fan of team game, right? Like, don't forget about the rest of the team. Don't forget about us. Don't forget about the Tampa Bay Bucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, they making it about two people. You know, and I'm always putting the organization first over a player. Or a coach or whatever. Because that's how much I care about my team. You know, I'm a real Buck fan. I'm not a bandwagon fan, and stuff like that. But let's get on to this preview about what's going on with the Bucks. Right? Let's start with my team. Um, Injuries. What did I tell y'all about injuries? Injuries can hurt this team. That is the only thing that can stop the Tampa Bay Bucks. Injuries. And what do we got here? Injuries. Gronkowski hurt, fractured ribs from what I'm hearing. JPP not playing from what I'm hearing and what I'm reading. Unless I'm getting conflicted news. Carlton Davis not going to play maybe. He's questionable. Giovanni Bernard not playing. What did I tell you about every season? Every season is different. If you thought this season was going to be the last season, I told y'all. Scotty Miller hurt. Exactly. Scotty Miller hurt. He out for multiple weeks. Murphy Bunting out for multiple weeks. Folks, it's hard to go back to back, folks. I want to make sure you understand this. Told y'all about that 20-0 crap. Wasn't going to work. Never was a realistic. It was a dream. It was cool. But this is probably like the hardest part of our schedule. The Rams, the Patriots, and then the Dolphins next week. This is a Sunday night game, 8:20 Eastern Standard Time. So all eyes is going to be on this game. Will probably be one of the most watched games of the season. The Bucs should be able to overcome these injuries, though. Remember, I'm going to hold y'all to this. Even myself, but I'm going to hold y'all to this. Remember, y'all said top 5 roster. The media said top 5 roster. So these injuries that we have, we should be able to overcome them if we have a top 5 roster. I'm just saying. I'm just going by what was told to me and what I read. Top 5 roster. Top 5 roster. These injuries don't mean nothing, right? Because we got people behind those guys to replace them. Let's go down the list. Gronkowski hurt. Cameron Brate, O.J. Howard, check. I'm sorry. Cameron Brate, number 80, check. Number 80 has a chance to show himself, too, if he does good. I'll call him by his real name. Number 80 and Cameron Brate to take over for Gronkowski. Giovanni Bernard, we got Leonard Fournette for third down, right? Scotty Miller, Tyler Johnson, right? AB coming back, right? Remember, top 5 offense, top five roster. So we should be able to overcome these injuries. JPP not playing, cool. Joe Tryon, I don't want to hear no excuses now. Murphy Bunting not playing, cool. Mike Edwards, Cockrell, Carlton Davis is a 50-50 probably, but we got Richard Sherman. Jamel Dean looking pretty good. I think he's going to play. So, what's the excuse for this game? I don't want no built-in excuses for this game. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear excuses when it comes to playing the Patriots Sunday night. The Bucs have a top 5 roster, and they should be able to overcome this. I don't want to hear no built-in excuses. It's a 53-man roster. If you look at the Patriots, they're fairly healthy, right? Outside of Gilmore, but they're fairly healthy. But the Bucs should be able to move the ball. Clearly. Now, I would like to see a little bit more balance with the Bucs, especially playing New England secondary and Belichick's the way he schemes and he takes things away from you. And most likely he will be taking away the deep ball, aka #bombs away. So I'm pretty sure Belichick will have a game plan to keep Tom Brady at a minimum with the 20+ yard throws. He's going to focus on what we do best, which is passing. He's going to make us run the ball. He's going to drop 7 at least minimal every time. Every now and then he'll blitz, but I don't think he's going to blitz too much. It's going to be situational. But once again, the Bucs offense is explosive. We have the horsepower to overcome Bill Belichick's scheme. Well, I'm sorry. The Bucs offense have enough firepower, enough horsepower to overcome Belichick's scheme. Right? Because we got more than enough weapons. Mike Edwards, Antonio Brown back, Chris Godwin, number 80, Cameron Brate, Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones if he plays. So I don't want to hear excuses when it comes to the offense. If we can't move the ball on New England's defense, we are going to have a problem because, in a way, the blueprint is out to stop the Bucs offense. Go back and watch the Rams game. They kind of they'll let you move the ball up and down the field in between the 20s, but you make your timely stops on third downs. The Bucs start off slow. Belichick is a really, really close to the best coach when it comes to games like this. He doesn't overcoach them. He coaches them specifically to the team that he's playing week by week basis. And he's a mastermind of taking away what you do best. And what do we do best? Throw the ball. Will Brady throw the ball more than 45 times? Over under 45 times. What y'all think? I kind of wish this game was in the cold. I wanted to see how that would turn out in the cold. We caught these games early, but over under 45 attempts. What y'all think? Over under 20 rushing attempts. What y'all think? Y'all think we're gonna get over 20 rushing attempts, or under? And then the over under for the passing attempts is 45. So, and it's becoming repetitive, and we're becoming too predictable. But you got to stop it. It's like for the first couple of weeks, we saw the playbook for the most part, and the plays look pretty much the same. They pretty much had a full off season to get their plays in. You'll see a couple wrinkles here and there, but most of those plays were from week 12 to the Super Bowl, and you're seeing those same plays now. And it's pretty much they have built-in check downs and built-in routes to get out of certain plays, right? It might look like the same formations, but they have built-in coverage breakers. You know what I'm saying? So it might look like trips right or trips left or 2x2 or the 12 package, whatever the case may be. But the routes that the Arians and Leftless drew up, they have ways to get out of those routes, hot reads. And Brady uses those, the check downs. And but most of the times, they're going to try to throw the ball down the field to a degree. But Brady has complete control over the offense. Now, here's the thing. The key matchups to watch. The key matchups is the Bucs receiving core versus New England secondary. J.C. Jackson, Devin McCourty, Jonathan Jones. What was the other cornerback? Forgot his name. But the secondary is pretty solid. Even their linebackers can cover pretty good. Dante Hightower, Calvin Noy, Kyle Duggar, the other safety. So they got some solid guys that complement each other really, really well. And their front, I guess you could say front seven, they run 3-4. Kind of a hybrid 3-4. But their front seven pretty solid too. They can get after the quarterback to a degree. So it's going to be interesting to see, how many times how many times Brady throws the ball. I believe the Bucs will be much more effective and much more explosive if they can just find a way to run the ball. just to do not, you don't want to tip your game plan to Belichick, right? Because if you just basically telling Belichick, we're gonna just throw the ball around the yard, then you're asking for trouble. And the Patriots secondary are very good with getting turnovers. And if you don't believe me when it comes to Belichick pass defense, go look at when the Patriots played the Chiefs. The best quarterback in the game, Patrick Mahomes struggled with Belichick's defense. You don't think Tom Brady gonna struggle a little bit? Will he figure him out? Of course he will. Right? He'll figure him out, but it's gonna take a little second. I mean, I'll be surprised if it's a blowout because of the magnitude and the emotions and everything like that. I'll be surprised if it's a blowout, to be honest with you. I'll be surprised if it's one of those 38-17 type things. I'll be surprised. But we'll get to that point at the end of this video. But the game plan, my opinion, the game plan should be centered around ball control. Ball control. Win the TOP, the time of possession. That will put a lot of pressure on New England's offense to score. Remember, we're going to score the ball, but can New England keep up? And in order to make New England to put the pressure on that rookie quarterback, Mac Jones, and we'll get to him in a little bit, is every possession, or at least 70% of the possession, the Bucs need to score. But score with ball control. These 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 play drives that only takes about 2 or 3 minutes, you're only going to hurt your defense. And we'll get to the Patriots offense in a second and how they like to run their offense on what they're going to do against our defense. But the offense should be fine if they can find a way to establish a running game. It's going to be fine without it, but if they can just find a way to just get the running game going. And if you watch the Patriots game against the Saints, they ran the ball. They had over 30 rushes. And New England couldn't really handle that. Do the Bucs have the willpower to just try? Right? So I'm expecting some good games from the receiving core, but I'm going to play close attention. I'm going to keep paying close attention to the running back situation. I'm not going to worry about the receivers right now because they're not really a big problem. They're not even a problem at all. Brady's not a problem. The receivers is not a problem. The pass blocking is not the problem. It's the running backs and the run blocking I'm going to be looking for in this game. And I'm going to be talking about that as the game progresses. I'm going to be watching that running game really close. And Leonard Fournette, you got to stop tap dancing. Ronald Jones, get some confidence, man. And Keyshawn Vaughn, you might get some carries. Improve your value, right? But let's get to this this defense though. And it's been the talk of Bucs community for the last several days now. This defense is it's horrendous, to be honest with you. It's just not good. It's just potentially to have the potential to be a top level defense is there, but after 3 weeks, it's just not there. And now New England's coming in, going to New England. Josh McDaniels is a very good coordinator to a certain degree. Well, he's pretty good. I mean, he's not bad a coordinator. And he can scheme a game plan together. I think New England's going to go after the ball control type offense because New England's offense is very hybrid. Now, Josh McDaniels do know we have a weakness, just like every team on our schedule do know this now. It's out there. The Bucs secondary can be had if you block the blitz. And if y'all know, New England's line has always been good for years. Isaiah Wynn, Michael Onweye, the left guard. They got some good guards. They got good interior. Decent right tackle. I think Trent Brown not playing, but I don't know. But New England's O-line is pretty good. It's not bad. And they can block. So it's going to be very interesting to see how New England's going to approach the Bucs secondary. Are they going to let Mac Jones throw the ball 40 to 50 times and eat the secondary alive. Because remember, our best cornerback is in question. Everybody else on that team in the secondary, as far as the secondary play, hasn't been playing well. Carlton Davis is the only one playing well. And if he's not 100%, it's going to be a problem. That means Richard Sherman is going to have to play. Richard Sherman might have to play if Carlton Davis is not able to play. He's questionable. So now we're in a predicament where we're facing a team with a rookie quarterback, but they have limitations. They don't have like the Dallas Cowboys receivers or the Rams receivers, right? Or even the Falcons receivers. They have Jacoby Myers, Nelson Aguilar, Kendrick Bourne. They spent money on those dudes. All three of those dudes are third receivers. None of them are number ones or number twos. All those dudes are third receivers. Slot guys. And then they got the two tight ends, Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry. Jonnu Smith is having a horrible season. He's having the case of the yips right now. He can't catch anything. And Hunter Henry has not looked good at all. He stays hurt. So, in my opinion, New England overpaid for some mediocre weapons. I think the weapons, the money that New England spent on those weapons right there was a waste of money, in my opinion, because none of those dudes are really like that. Hunter Henry is good, but he can't stay healthy. Nelson Aguilar is inconsistent. Kendrick Bourne never did anything. Jonnu Smith, But New England put the money out there for Mac Jones. And I don't see those dudes really doing anything at the level of Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Calvin Ridley, Cooper Kupp, Woods, or even Deshaun Jackson. So I'm not too concerned about New England's passing game. The Bucs secondary should be able to have a good game against New England's pass offense if all things go well. Now, putting pressure on Mac Jones will be the key. Who is going to step up and get some pressure? Shaq Barrett. Amber Alert. Amber Alert for Shaq Barrett. Has anybody seen Shaq Barrett? He got paid 1 sack in 3 games. Now you got to go up against New England's O-line. With no JPP. Paging Shaq Barrett. We need you to step up. Golson, try to do something, man. Appreciate the sack last week, but we need more consistency out of you. You so amped up to stop the run, but when it's time to pass, when the teams are passing, you don't offer too much of anything. You're easy to block. You're big and slow. And Dominic and Sue, Vita. They're quick and short area distance, but the jig is up. You put those guys out there and you run them around with screens and you have them running. They get tired. Go look at the Rams game. They were tired. Joe Tryon, you keep doing your thing. Keep getting those reps, and you'll get your reward. I like what I'm seeing out there. Just got to develop a little bit more, get some more moves. Linebackers. Devin White, Lavonte David, both have been quiet. Devin White's blitzing, but he's not really getting there. He had 9 sacks last year. None this year. He was a disruptive force towards the end of the season. Devin White has kind of reverted back to the early 2020 Devin White. Missed time in his drops. Not taking the right step in the right direction. Missing out on a couple things. Lavonte David. I'm not saying he's showing his age, but what did I tell y'all when you turn 30 in football? You don't get better. You either stay the same or you go down. And if you stay the same, you'll get passed up. So I don't know what's going on with our linebacker situation. It's not looking great right now. They can be had. That back end can be had. So both teams have a clear weakness. Both teams do, clearly. It's going to come down to my favorite. Like it's going to come down to coaching. Who's the better coach for this game? I'm not talking about all time because we know Belichick is better than Arians, but I'm just talking about for this particular game. Who's going to be able to coach out of certain situations to have their team ready to play? Now, after what we saw from the Bucs last week, I'm pretty sure they're going to be amped up and ready to play. I know Tom Brady going to be ready. And then watching the Patriots get beat by the Saints, I know they're going to be ready to play. I'm pretty sure they had a solid week of practice too. So these are two teams that kind of want to win, want to get back on the board of winning and having some confidence because the loser of this game, it's early, but the loser of this game, you really got to look in the mirror. And the winner of this game is going to have a lot of confidence because this is going to be an emotionally driven game for both teams because you got the Bucs. They're going to do what they can to help Tom Brady win this game. Mike Evans and stuff like that. New England, they already said this ain't no tribute to Tom Brady. Julian Edelman getting a tribute. And the low-key factor of this game, which you might want to watch, New England's special. I know. That's my daughter calling. New England special teams can make a play. Bucs special teams has been pretty solid for the most part. But New England special teams is not bad. So be on the lookout for that area of the football game to swing the game. If it's a close game, that's going to be the area that's going to swing the game. Whether it's a missed field goal, block punt, bad punt, it's going to be something like that. And our special teams has been solid for the most part. And New England special team have always been good. Belichick always got something up his sleeve with his special teams. His punter, something's going on there. So I'm going to be looking out for that too. So I'm going to be looking out for the running game for the Bucs, the pass defense for the Bucs, and that's key special team moment or moments. Specific situational football. 3rd and 8 at the 49-yard line. You get 7 yards. You at the 43-yard line of the opponent. 4th and 1, what do you do? Punt. Or you go for it. Like those type of situations. It's going to be an interesting game, folks. I'm looking forward to it. It's a primetime game, so I might do a forward lookout of the Dolphins. Well, I probably will do one because we play them next week, so I got to scout them for a little bit. So stay tuned for that video. I'm not going to do the whole game, of course, but I'm going to do the forward lookout of the Dolphins. I'm going to go to the front part of the ship or up top with my scope and scope out the Dolphins. And they don't look too good with Jacoby Brissett. That ain't gonna work. So I'm gonna scout the Dolphins before our game come on. So I think the Dolphins game is at 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock my time. So I'll be checking the Dolphins out, seeing what's going on with them for about maybe a quarter or two, just to see what they got going on. And then we got a late game, the 8:20 game, 7:20 my time. Oh my gosh, y'all better be ready for this now. I don't want to hear excuses. I'm gonna be watching the comment section really close to this game too. And if I see you with an excuse, I'm going to get at you. I'm going to come for you. Do not give me excuses for this game. This is a winnable game. It's going to be tough for the most part, but I think the Bucs will be able to kind of get some breathing room. We'll be all right. If you go back and watch my schedule prediction, trust me, we're going to be fine. But I predicted our losses already. Our next loss ain't coming no time soon. You get where I'm going with that? So, my prediction for this game, the score will be 28-13 Tampa Bay Bucs. I'm going to win. It's going to be struggling in the first half, but I think in the second half we're just going to put up some more points. 28-13. I got the Bucs winning. Moving to 3-1. On to the Dolphins. We kicking it back for the whole week, talking about some good stuff. So, tell me what you guys think in the comment section. Who you got winning? What are you looking forward to seeing in this game? Improvements, key players or anything like that, play calling situations. Tell me in the comment section what you think. With that being said, this your boy Isaiah coming to you again from BucosLocker with another edition of Locker Room Talk. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel, share all the videos, and don't forget to hit the notification bell icon. It will notify you all new videos. It sure will, I'm telling you. Shouts out to all the Pirates and Sea Bandits and everybody across the Bucs community. I want y'all to fire those cannons. Seize the day. Raise the flag. Hashtag facts over feelings. Hashtag risk it to get the biscuit. And hashtag my newest one, bombs away. I'll see y'all tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon at the Ford Lookout. BucosLocker signing out. Peace.